Making Jamin do all the hard stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
It's a good thing I got Imodium in this truck.
Wow.
So I don't shit myself. The thing about a 7.3 is if you lose your low pressure, you eventually lose your high pressure, and then your engine shuts down, and you don't have hydro boost. Fat chance of stopping an 11,000 pound truck with just foot pressure.
Details.
I got big feet, but they're not that big.
A little sketchy. Did you see how high in the air that tire was?
I've never doubted you more than I did back there.
This is the whole reason we came to Moab, for that right there. Well worth it. Always trust your spotter. Unless he has a camera, then question it a little bit. Just a quick little trail prep before we go do the easy trail today.
Yeah, the easy trail.
Hard trail.
The essentials: Tecton hammer, Tecton pliers. We just did some fabricating in the Holiday Inn Express parking lot, the shady spot.
They don't sponsor us.
We just did some modifications, some fabrication in the shady spot of this unnamed hotel that doesn't sponsor us in Moab, where it's 100 degrees at 9 a.m.
It's not 100 degrees yet, but it's going to be if we don't hurry up. I'll show you. We had to do a little fender trimming. This is from, if you remember, I don't know if we ever, mentioned anything about it, but on the original test run of the Excursion, we had some bald tires on this thing, and we actually blew one, even though I told Jamin we should put the other tires on before we drove it. And it messed up the fender a little bit, so it's been rubbing. We did some clearance, and now we're ready to do the hard stuff. So since it's 100 degrees in Moab, we're definitely not doing any camping here, but we're still gonna haul all the camping gear with us on the hard stuff.
Over bouncing, over.
We're tower crawling. Stay tuned. I couldn't talk Jamin into doing Pritchett Canyon, so it looks like today we're doing my favorite trail, Hell's Revenge, and it's gonna be a good one for the Excursion.
140,000 miles without a single dent.
Are we sure that happened when I was driving?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah? Well, it's a good thing we're doing an easy trail today. Hell's Revenge is one of those trails that you can't come to Moab and not do it. It's probably one of the most well-known ones here. See, I told you, it's no loose rock, no ledges, just nice smooth rock all day.
You'd still fall to your death. I mean,
Yeah. A little more that way. Easy. Gotta lock her in. There it is. It was always cool to come up here at the very beginning and see the big lines back. People used to go up and down this right here before people rolled off of it and died, and they closed it down. But you can see it. They never got to wheel it. It's kind of steep.
I can't hear you. Too inclined.
Problem.
Why is it so? There's no earth in front of us.
It's just smooth.
It's a good thing I got Imodium in this truck.
Wow.
So I don't shit myself. I just kept watching the oil pressure gauge.
Wow.
How did it look?
How'd the oil pressure gauge look?
It had pressures.
That's good. That's all you need, a little bit.
The thing about a 7.3 is if you lose your low pressure, you eventually lose your high pressure, and then your engine shuts down, and you don't have hydro boost, fat chance of stopping an 11,000 pound truck with just foot pressure.
Details.
I got big feet, but they're not that big. Y'all sure about this?
No, not been sure yet.
They're on board.
Got it locked in?
I got the rear end.
That's all you need.
We're not doing a hot tub. The only hot tub I'm doing is the Holiday Inn tonight.
We can look at the hot tub. What do you think so far?
A lot of traction, very steep. It's intimidating, but after you do it, it feels good. Honestly, the worst part is I can't see over the hood. It always looks like there's no earth in front of it.
Jack the rear end a little more. See?
I was thinking about squatting it, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
People love that on the internet. Yeah. Making Jamin do all the hard stuff. You got it. Yeah, buddy. We didn't build this thing to do the sissy lines. Sounds like a tank out here. Little sign right over there that says easier option that way.
That was my choice.
That was Jamin's choice, but
Overruled.
for the YouTubes, we're going this way. You're welcome. Alright, almost to the overlook. No problem so far. Jamin's just sweating a little bit.
It's because it's hot.
Oh, it's because it's 104 degrees.
It's a dry heat.
It's always a good spot, nice little overlook of the Colorado River. Excursion's killing it, no problem.
More difficult.
That's what we want. More difficult is more gooder.
For the gram and for the tube.
It's just the entrance.
I just see black marks on the side of the rock, so I figure that's where I need to be.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is pretty much, once you get down this, I mean, you'd rather go up Hell's Gate than come back up this.
Oh, great.
A little sketchy. Whew, that's just steep. Looking good. The entrance to Hell's Gate. The entrance to Hell's Gate's kind of sketchier than Hell's Gate almost. especially in a 11,000 pound excursion. This is it, Hell's Gate, Jamin. And you got a crowd of spectators ready for you.
Wow.
At the top.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Trust your spotter, right?
We can stop down here. We can gather everybody up. I'm sure everybody doesn't want to ride. Get out, get some camera angles.
That looks a little treacherous. Yeah. It's worse than I thought it would be.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a little thing up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Both lockers on. Good luck, Jamin.
Need a beer.
If it gets sketchy, you just stop and back way down. And then we'll readjust. But like I said, as long as you keep your right side up on that wall all the way out, you will be perfectly fine.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
There's like stop keys that do this.
No pressure now.
No pressure now.
No pressure now.
All right, folks, here we go. 11,000 pound SUV, diesel. Keep easing up. Slow. 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 It's just an 11,000 pound SUV. No big deal. They drove out here from Georgia. That's good. Do you see how high in the air that tire was? Like at least 3 feet. So how do you feel right now?
I've never doubted you more than I did back there.
Well, the tire's off the ground. Well, the thing is, your tire comes off the ground, and your rear just starts hitting the ledge, and it'll just pull it back down. But it feels bad, but you were never in a bad spot.
Yeah, it did feel awkward when I was looking at the sky. Totally.
You had a crowd. They all thoroughly enjoyed that.
They all got free exhaust smoke. They didn't even have to pay for that oil. That's good.
That was awesome. Good. They did good. I mean, I've never seen an Excursion do that, but that is an 11,300 pound SUV. Biggest SUV ever made. It just went up Hell's Gate. Now, if you got something heavier, or you've seen another Excursion do it, be sure to tag in the comments and let us know, because it's unreal. This is the whole reason we came to Moab, for that right there. That's what it was about.
It was almost inverted.
You think so?
Almost. A little sketchy from the bottom watching that one.
Woo. Trust your spotter.
Well worth it. Always trust your spotter. Unless he has a camera, then question it a little bit.
Don't trust Matt. Trust your other spotter.
None of this is really that steep, right?
Yeah, it's about like it looks from the bottom. Everybody says, well, how bad is it? About like it looks. It's actually pretty good. We got all the tractions. We got the KM3s, we got the Yukon zip lockers. Certain depth.
It's like a, what, 100-foot cliff drop?
About a 100-foot cliff drop. I'd rather go to lunch than there.
The hot tub's this way.
Great. Be a great place to watch people wreck their own stuff.
Can you see anything other than hood? Alright, so we've made it to the infamous Devil's hot tub, and since we got, you know, this, everybody on the East Coast thinks that's a smoker, but everybody over here realizes that's for storage. We're not going to be doing Devil's hot tub. This is it. She's steep. This is for really badass trail rigs. I don't think I've ever climbed it in anything. Maybe a Razor? I think I've been up in a Razor. That's the only thing I've been up in it. But every time I come here in the JK, it seems to just be like water down here, but today it's dry. So, I don't know, Jamin, I think you got it.
I mean, I've already did the smoker.
Really?
Yeah.
I was back there when I was like, oh, yep, probably should have went around.
That'll buff out.
For your viewing pleasure, since we can't get the excursion up it, here's a ginger. And go! It's a little slick up there. You made it.
Nice.
It just drops a little.
Okay, I can't see anything.
You just stay on the line, you're good.
I don't see the lines.
Left, a lot more left. Okay, you're good.
Can't hurt you if you can't see it. Ignorance is bliss.
So they've recently reopened a trail called Staircase, something like that. Not too bad. So that's the way we're gonna go on excursion. It makes sure you can go out the easier way. It's not as rough on the way out. You get a lot faster. No problem.
Smell them parking brakes that I just got good and clean?
How long has it been engaged?
I don't know.
Oh God.
But
There's no parking brake left now.
but the transit temperature is still nice and cool, so miss you for the win.
Colder than what?
Colder than penguin farts.
Staircase. No need to bypass. We're in the Towverlander. Tover crawler.
Over. Land crusher.
Land crusher. Stairway. Nothing to it. It's like a mini Hell's Gate.
Yeah, this Hell's Gate was
Super
cake.
easy.
It was cake.
Alright, here we go. Stairway. Staircase, whatever it's called.
feasible, not advisable, but
You have
feasible.
successfully conquered Hell's Revenge, including Hell's Gate,
Including Hell's Gate.
all by yourself.
Like I said, feasible, not advisable. Knuckleheads, not professionals. So let's talk about trip MVPs, most valuable parts, things that I think made the trip that much better or easier. Obviously the tent, the rooftop tent, that's a game changer for sure. It's huge, and it just changes the dynamic. It gets you up off the ground, and I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, I don't know. The Dometic cooler, also a game changer. No ice, no soggy sandwiches. There is a learning curve with these though. You have to learn the cooler. And probably that attic from Blue Ridge Overland Gear. That thing, you just never realize you need one until you have one. That was great for keeping the stuff off the floorboard. Probably honorable mention to the Blue Ridge Overland Gear trash bag or spare tire bag. Normally use it for trash, but there was a couple times I put a bundle of firewood in there to keep it dry. But I would say the thing that got used probably the most, one of the things at least, is the box on this bumper from Buckstop. Like, this thing holds so much crap, and you can put all your stuff that you need to get to. I know it looks a little disorganized, but there's a system there. Well, there used to be. But every day use that thing. Love it, love it. Put a case of water or something on the top. Amp power steps. There's definitely a few times that we really needed those extra couple inches of clearance on our rockers. Something you can't really see. Obviously we love the suspension from Carly. It does great. But the steering from Lee Power Steering. Everybody that drove the truck was so impressed with how effortless the steering was, and that's on-road or off-road. So to me that was a huge thing. Not wandering around and not having to fight the steering wheel. That was awesome. Well, there you have it, folks. The Excursion did everything we built it to do. Like a Toyota with horsepower. We drove it 5,000 miles from Atlanta to Colorado, Utah, Nevada. All the miles. And all the way back home. All the fuel. Hitting tons of epic trails in between. Epic. With no major issues. We pooped in the woods. It's just a testament to the quality of the build and all the products we used on the truck. Most expensivest. I'd like to thank all of our partners that made this project possible, and everybody at home that stuck with us throughout this trip. Can't wait for our next big adventure, so stay tuned.